Good evening, good evening, good evening. If no one told you good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good evening, good evening, good evening, good night, good night, good night, whenever you get this. Just going to do a general message real quick, see what we got going on. Someone's tripping me out with Nickelback earlier. I forget what song it was. It was either Bad Girlfriend or like Porn Star Dancing or something stupid. He's like, I know that song. I'm like, yeah, I know you do. He likes to watch the music videos. I don't blame him. He got it from his uncle. It's okay. Kids are funny nowadays. Shit's been trippy. Alright, let's just get general energies. Don't mind me. Get that over there. Clear this out. Hope y'all are doing good. Do a little weekend message real quick. Sorry, my sleep schedule is all messed up, y'all. I'm having a hard time sleeping at night with my arm. For some reason, I can sleep just fine when the sun comes up. It's usually my best sleep is a couple hours after the kids go to school. And the sun's up. Besides that, I've been up all damn night. Alrighty. We'll go ahead with the runes and the dice first. See what we got to start out. We got Gemini and the twins again. We got 3. Where'd you go? And we got Mars. So definitely some warring energy there with the twins. The 3 is usually, well, 3 could be team building, or it could be like too many cooks in the kitchen type thing. We definitely got the secret with the moon here. We have the moon rune, secrets and things to be revealed. We got the star rune, divine guidance and intuition going on here. And we got a crossroads. Definitely some decisions that need to be made. I'm not going to say anything about third-party stuff right now, but let's just see. Should we do a double pile? Don't ever let anybody tell you that they're better than you. There we go. That discomfort you're feeling is a sign to That discomfort you're feeling is a sign to grow and level up. Lean the fuck in. Ooh. Excuses, excuses, excuses. Every rose has its thorns. It's like praying for rain as I stand in the desert, but I'm holding you closer than most because you are my heaven. Definitely some in-separation frustrations going on here. In the beginning, the universe was created. This made a lot of people angry and has been widely revered as a bad move. Our love is like the wind. You can't see it, but you can feel it. Definitely some repressed in the air emotions. Definitely more of a 5D connection going on here. 5D connection. Third-party pull for sure. There we go. So what? It's not going to be easy. It's going to be really hard. Never underestimate the predictability of stupidity. Remember, you can always walk away when the game... You can always walk away. The game ends when you stop playing. For real. For real. If you're sick of the game, if it's causing you that much anxiety and everything else, then leave it. Walk away from it. Let it go. If you can't let it go, though, there's definitely this energy of shit or get off the pot going on. With our Aries coming in here. All right, let's get a 3D, 4D, 5D and some oracles on this. Cloud, shape-shifting, definitely. There's a time to change going on. Time to change, time to evolve, a time to allow yourself to do these things. I like the shape-shifting card because it does call into a lot of just because you were a certain way at one point doesn't mean you have to be that way now, right? You're allowed to evolve. You're allowed to change. Naked before the stars. You're allowed to be open and vulnerable and return to who you truly are as well. Let's get a story and see what's going on. So overall energy of the stories here. We got the fox and we got the clovers here. Alright, so the clover is Thumbelina here, making her own luck, right? Stuck in weird situations. Give me a rundown of the readout for it. Right? Clovers, I just did a Luck of the Irish casting the other day. Luck, creativity, and serendipity. The story of Thumbelina, the heroine had to avoid unwanted suitors. One of them was a very nasty mole. Luckily for Thumbelina, she helped a kind, injured swallow, who in return saved her from the pursuing rodent. The bird left her in a forest where she could hide. Inspired by a beautiful clover, she made a bower for herself. Here in the clover card, our sweet Thumbelina is asleep. Perhaps her dreams are showing her a spark of her own fortunes. Thumbelina will be rewarded for creating her own luck, and so will you. Know that serendipity is smiling on you every time the clover turns up. Where you see this card, look for opportunities nearby. That is where you will be blessed with fortune. Negative cards nearby can indicate growth is not going to happen the way you might have hoped for. When the clover appears near ill-fated cards, it may mean that you are hiding your own good luck. Be like Thumbelina and utilize this opportunity, this card of opportunity to make things go your way. So definitely, it's definitely the message of, and when people are like, the luck of the Irish, like, what is that? I'm like, it's random, it's genuine random luck. Sometimes it's luck in things you weren't even thinking about, right? Like, I don't know. I did the casting and then the next morning, or the next day, I realized that I was going to have, the kids all had off and had a 3-day weekend, right? So I decided to go and check out this fishing spot that I've been eyeballing. I mean, all year I've been looking at this damn pond, and I'm like, I know there's a pond up over that embankment, and I went and I checked it out, and I caught 17 fish. That's just a random luck of the Irish there. Completely unplanned, turns into the best day of your life, right? Now, we got 14, we got the fox, right? And now we're going to get into, right, so I knew, it turns out that that fishing spot is probably a privately owned spot. I'm not sure about the side that I was on, but, oh, give me a second. Probably the universe telling me that I shouldn't be saying all that. Anyway, so we got here the 9 of clubs, the rule breaker, doing the unexpected, and deception. The fox shown here is a representative of the trickster in the land of fairy tales. Rather than being from one specific tale, he is the wolf, the coyote, the imp who wants to play tricks on you. And when this card appears, someone isn't doing what he is supposed to do. Or it may be that his role is to break the rules. While being deceived can seem like a bad thing, this could be a good card. Good card, meaning fate is working in your favor. But don't expect all the rules to be followed when this redhead shows up. Be cautious before you accept any story as fact. If you are given new responsibilities at work, they may not come with more money right away. Redheads are associated with this card, so pay special attention to anyone with auburn locks. They could be there to teach you a lesson in deception. So definitely a little bit of deceptive energy there. You know what? that Fox card. I always like to use this deck. Alright. And that's the other thing too, is I was saying with the luck of the Irish, sometimes being deceived is what you needed to put you onto a different path. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes being deceived, being played, being tricked puts you into a path that you would have never chosen for yourself, but ends up being the better path for you in the long run. That's the luck of the Irish. It's just random. Serendipitous, right? It's also a lot to allowing, right? And utilizing what's around you. Oh, man. I mean, my nose just suddenly started itching. I don't remember what that means. Ooh, okay. Alrighty, okie dokie, smoky chokey. The 3D 45D reading here for those of you who don't know what the 3D 45D readings are. 3D is the physical reality, what's around you, what people post to be, what people assume, things like that. 40 is the telepathic connections between you, the unspoken bonds, things like that. They also could be messages from recently past loved ones, things of that nature. Usually more of a truth behind what's going on. 5D is messages from the 5D entities, angels, Pleiadians, whatever you want to call them. Right? Different levels of messages, different levels of things that we're working on, different ways that we have to play things out, right? Alright, so I got the 10 of Wands reversed. Definitely a wall coming down here on the 3D. Alright, we got the 10 of Wands reversed here. We got the Temperance, so 10 of Wands reversed here, right? Walls coming down. There's definitely the Temperance, seeking balance here. There's a King of Cups, someone very much with that love energy there in the middle. I love this. We got the Temperance and we got Judgment. So I get a strong sense on the 3D. A lot has to do with this King of Cups. The King of Cups, like we always try to say, is the person, masculine energy, masculine water sign could be, but definitely a masculine energy that is very much in control of their emotions. And not in like, I don't feel emotions, but in very much a way of, I don't know, I get like Spock, Vulcan-y, like what, it's not that we don't have emotions, we actually experience extreme emotions, but because we are actually extremely more emotional, we had to evolve to be more in control of our emotions, right? I do also see that this person understands that in bringing this wall down, they're trying to maintain balance, they're trying to use good judgment, but I don't think they can see a way around this causing conflict. This is the kind of person who had to learn to control their emotions, because anytime they tried to move from emotion, it causes conflict. It's like it causes a goddamn riot, right? Right, there's always someone who's against this person showing any type of emotion, and I feel like that's something that they're probably working very much on the 3D. On the 4D, this person has put out some deceptions. They have been sneaky. They have been, they haven't revealed everything, right? And I'm definitely getting this energy of this masculine energy on either side of it, right? On one side, they know that they have been deceptive. They know that they have lied. They know that they have been sneaky. They have played some sort of manipulative game, things of that nature with the Seven of Swords, right? They've presented themselves as something that they are not in that sense, right? Upwards, this is kind of like a protective watching over it this way. It's like what it was done as an entrapment thing. You got the Seven of Swords on the side, you got the King of Swords on this side. This is someone who has reached an intellectual wisdom towards the situation, right? I do sense that the feminine energy in this situation that is centered on this person's mind, because in the middle it is all feminine energy pretty much here. We got the Hangman reversed. It's someone who's stuck, someone who's extremely knowledgeable, and someone who's working on themselves, someone who who's tapped into that divine guidance energy. That's what the Hangman's really about. It's about seeing things from a different perspective. This person sees things in a very different way, which is why none of this really worked, and it kind of always got weird, because this person was able to see things in a very different way, right? Definitely got this Ten of Cups, this wanting, this stable home life, wanting love, wanting energy, wanting happiness, wanting, that rainbow love energy going on. But there's definitely the reverse Queen of Pentacles here, right? Somebody is definitely not giving off a very nurturing energy right now, right? The reverse Queen of Pentacles also could be like toxic, controlling feminine energy, right? Whereas the reverse King of Pentacles is like the masculine narcissist. The reverse Queen of Pentacles is the one, it's the feminine version of that, right? It's someone who's controlling. It's a toxic type of controlling. It's either a toxic type of controlling or anxiety-driven controlling. I feel like this person, there's definitely a worry about this person needs to be in control. I think that's what the King of Swords energy is really pointing towards. It's like what? It's like, I don't know what to really do with this person. They really want to be in control. I do see this potential in this connection, but this person does see things in a very, very different way. And I kind of feel like they're worried that they're like this now because this person figured out that they had lied, they had said things weird, they had done things in a not so great energy at the beginning, and it was seen, and I don't think the King of Swords expected that energy, alright? So on the 5D, the Hangman is also up here as well. But on the 5D, we got the Five of Cauldrons in this one. And this is the focusing on spilled cups, worrying about things to worry about instead of worrying about having fun, right? You got worried about all these cups that have spilt on the floor, but not noticing the two cups connection that you have here. And I love this deck because it really does emphasize children in this sense, right? It's like, what's more important, right? Don't forget that you have a lot of other soul connections besides just romantic connections, right? And there's a lot that's tying into, and we'll go with this too, with children and the past, right? There's a lot of nostalgia being pulled up, right? And I don't know why, but with this deck, I always get the kind of she's brushing him off, right? Being brushed off, like worried about being brushed off. But here's the thing, the 5D is telling whoever's watching this, right, if you're worried about being brushed off or you're having that type of energy where you're focusing on those spilt cups, it's like, it's being mindful. You are the magician. You are casting your intentions, right? If you're focusing so much on the past, it's one thing to, like if you enjoy doing something, it's not a big deal to not so much recreate that memory, but definitely lean back into things you enjoy doing. You want to find people that enjoy doing the things that you want to do, right? But just know that if you're focusing on the negative aspects, that's what you're going to manifest and cast forward. There's a lot of calling here with the Magician in this deck too, is also to turn to your ancestors, turn to your runes, turn to whatever divine type guidance is that you use for messages to help you confirm what it is that you're really casting forward, right? And try to release some of those negative past energies. That's what this cord cutting for this last full moon was really like, right? We've got this lone man hangman here, right? On the 5D with this energy, you got the crow. He's hanging upside down. I like this card because it kind of talks about how his coins are just falling into the puddle and he's not really paying attention. So I get a strong message about that. It's about being stuck, but it's also about being mindful about how you are imprisoning and sticking yourself. I definitely got a Page of Cups here, right? There's definitely a strong call to start expressing emotions. Now, I got that 3D with that King of Cups and then the energy in the middle and everything there. And I think a lot of that, even the reverse Queen of Pentacles, is probably because, yeah, she needs this energy, right? They need this energy. And I think that King of Cups at the bottom there is just a lot of, yeah, it's not so much it's so much control over your emotions that nobody even knows what you're feeling. So they don't even know what you want, right? And with that Judgment card and everything, it just get a lot of judgment, right? Feeling judged, for sure. Yeah, we got the Wheel of Fortune just fell out, right? So this is definitely entering into a new cycle where you're becoming more aware of new things, right? And I got the King of Swords. I got the Knight of Swords here, defensive, right? Opinionated, could be quick to cut things off, cut things short, being very short with words in a defensive way, right? Because there's definitely a truce that needs to be made with this person. There's a truce that they need to make. Whatever it is that causes the conflict. I feel like whenever they embrace that Page of Cups energy, it causes a lot of conflict for them. Yeah, see, there you go, Knight of Cauldrons. They're definitely trying to figure out a way to... yeah, bring in that. The Knight of Cauldrons is all about that romantic energy. But it's still that defensive energy with it being the armored knight, right? The Knight of Cups is definitely what I would consider the main Tin Man, right? If I only had a heart. There's still a lot of recuperation time that this person's going through. A little bit of defensive energy. Definitely with the feminine that's involved in this as well. There is some strong boundaries that have been put up, being placed up. Anything else? And a final message. I'll go to the deck of many things to close out. What do we got here? We got the Queen of Cauldrons here. Queen of Cauldrons, Queen of Swords, Eight of Cauldrons, right? So I definitely feel like whatever energy this person's afraid of is not something that need to be afraid of, right? It definitely, if you're a masculine, there's definitely a call to move on from that gossipy energy, right? Move on from that gossipy energy. Whoever this is, right? They're Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords. What? I love what the fuck I love, and I will cut off anybody who's going to say any different. They're not going to be afraid to speak what they want, speak their mind, speak what they care about, speak what they love about, and be damned if anybody has anything to say about it. They're definitely going to want to move on from that energy, right? Anybody who's got anything negative to say about it, they're going to be like, nah, forget that. The Queen of Swords don't put up with that shit, right? That's the Queen of Air. She's the quick thinker. She's intellectual. She's got the witty comeback. She's like, she's got something for everybody who might have anything to say. And the Queen of Cauldrons it's like what? This energy is what? Anyone who's going to cause any type of gossipy type of energy, this person's like, I can destroy you eloquently without ever raising a fist or raising my voice. So it's not anything that they're going to be concerned about, right? I have got no problems walking away from shitty people. Very interesting tonight. I'm Not Tangled oracle cards here. Ooh, mystery. Definitely got some mystery there with that octopus. I don't know. Whenever I see that card, I always think of the guy from Shakespeare in Love, the one that owns the theater house or whatever, the one's booking everything, and he's always getting in trouble and picked up by these guys and whatever, tortured because he's not making the money he's supposed to. And they're just like, he's like, it'll all work out. It's going to be this, that, and it's going to be this grand play, and it's going to be a love story, romance, tragedy, humor, right? I don't care if we fall from grace. Right? I don't care if we fall from grace. They don't care. But it's all going to work out. How? I don't know. It's a mystery. I like that. I don't care if we fall from grace. It's definitely along the lines of what? Who cares what other people have to say? You lean on me and I'll lean right back against you. And that way neither one of us has to sleep with our head in the mud. Faith over fear. All right, we got faith over fear. We got, you think you got problems? What are you supposed to do if you're a manically depressed robot? Yeah, okay, Tin Man. Okay, Tin Man, what are you supposed to do if you're a manically depressed robot? Right? I definitely got self-love came through here. And there's definitely an energy of other people's opinion, right? You're the type that's got loose lips, show a gun but don't shoot shit. You act hard but don't do shit. Fuck you and your crew, bitch. There's definitely an energy of people being in the middle. I'm getting just a lot of gossipy energy, like a lot of people trying to be in the middle of whatever's going on, trying to know what's going on, trying to influence what's going on. Watch your step, there's shit everywhere, right? Watch your step, there's shit everywhere. I am my own worst enemy. Yes, if you're actively seeking it too, that's going to be a problem. Don't ever put me in a situation where I have to show you how heartless I could be. How could our love be so blind? Funny how a melody sounds like a memory. No one saves us but ourselves. We ourselves must walk the path, and she only sleeps when it's raining. I got fire away. And I'm going to close out with this card. It's one of my absolute favorites. The Encyclopedia Galactica in its chapter on love states that it is far too complicated to define. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy has this to say on the object of love. Avoid, if at all possible, right? This is definitely a time of activation and shape-shifting. It's a time to allow yourself to change and evolve into new energies, become new things. And I've said this a bunch of times before, right? You want to be in a different energy. You want to be a different person. You're going to have to move into that energy, right? You have to embrace it. Like, you want to be that person who gets up and does yoga every day and meditates and this, that, and the other thing, then you got to be the person who gets up and does yoga every day and meditates and does that. You want to be the person who is witchy and does full moon spells. Well, then you need to get up, get witching with it, and do some full moon spells. No one's going to do this shit for you. You have to physically make the shifts yourself. Well, what if I don't like it? Well, what if I don't like doing yoga? Or what if meditation's not my thing? Well, then you know that's not your thing. You find something else to do. Okay, so you're not into yoga. Try Tai Chi. Try something else, right? Try something else that tunes you in. Color. If you're not into meditating, try coloring. Try different things, right? Try different things. Allow yourself to evolve, to shift, to change. Find out who you genuinely are. And in whatever it is you're trying to do, genuinely be yourself while doing it, right? If you're going to do yoga, then just do yoga. If you're self-conscious about it, if you're worried about your weight or anything else like that, look up Fat Girl Yoga. It is a thing. You can find big girls doing yoga if that'll make you feel better to do yoga, right? Everything's at your fingertips right now. YouTube, everything else. I personally, I like Yoga with Adriene. I've got her links to some of my other stuff, right? She does some really great 30-day challenges. But it's a matter of honoring yourself. And that's one of the things, like, I always push the yoga message, but it's about honoring your body and listening to your body, right? So, instance, my arm's messed up right now. There's a lot of moves and a lot of positions and things like that that I'm not going to be able to do. I'm not going to do cartwheels right now because if I put weight on this arm, it's going to, it's going to drop me to the ground. I have to honor that when I go into doing these things. And it's not so much of a focusing on what's holding you back. It's honoring where your weaknesses are, right? And allowing yourself to have that weakness and still find a way to adapt, shape, shift, and move through those energies, right? right? There's definitely a call here for watching out for tricksters, watching out for manipulators, things of that message with the fox, remember? But also remembering that these people are also a way of guiding you as well. So it's not so much of it avoiding them and ignoring them, but definitely when they come into play is paying attention to what game it is they're trying to play, because then maybe you can actually use that to your advantage here, right? And I also get the sense of like watching out for the difference between the ones that are the sparrows, right? The sparrow helped Thumbelina because Thumbelina helped the sparrow. Watch out for the fox. You didn't do anything for that fox for it to be coming around offering you nice shit all of a sudden, right? The big bad wolf just bumps into her in the woods and starts being super sweet, super nice, but she never did anything for them. So it's like, why are you being so nice, right? I get a definitely strong message for watching out for that kind of energy, right? But like I said, not just brushing it off right away, but definitely looking at a way to seeing how it's guiding your path and how you can use it to your advantage, right? Alrighty, y'all. I guess I'm going to leave it at that. I kind of want one more oracle card here to close with. What's a final oracle card? Of course, we got 3. We got Thumbelina again with transformation, right? Thumbelina with transformation. And I'm just getting a strong sense with that shapeshifter and all that, the rest of the reading, right? Thumbelina's mother wanted a baby when she was given the seed that ended up producing the flower that produced Thumbelina. It wasn't exactly what she had planned at all to end up with this little fairy creature, right? She had planned on having a regular child, right? I've got ease, allowing things to go with ease, allowing things to come in and allowing things to go, allowing the manipulators, right, to not so much mess up your path, but allow them to flow in and out, kind of like you would a meditative thought that you don't really want to focus on, right? You let it come in, okay, I see what this is, and then you let them just wash back out into the chaos of the world on their own, right? Definitely a call for listening to your messengers here. I got a huge with the full moon casting messages about crows, ravens, and birds. So there's definitely a call to pay attention to feather messages and things like that. And being comfortable in solitude. Being comfortable in your solitude, right? I don't know, I also get a sense with that solitude with the treehouse is be mindful on who you allow into your treehouse, right? Be mindful of who you allow into your treehouse. Be mindful of who you allow into your space, right? That could upset it, right? You don't want someone's going to come into your treehouse to pick your treehouse apart, right? All right, y'all. That's all I got for you tonight. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. I love y'all, and I'm going to be back just as soon as I can. I promise.